Hey Sag, welcome to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. This is going to be a love check-in for you, Sagittarius. Strong placements. Sorry, Sag, I'm trying to get my recording device out of this blazing hot African sun. It's been on another level. Okay, Sag, so for the collective of Sag, strong placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and other strong placements. There is a link in the description box if you're not sure what your placements are. The strongest messages are always going to come through. That word always trips me up in your readings, funny enough. The strongest messages are always going to come through, Sag. So if it doesn't resonate for you, please don't make it fit. Don't make it your story. Okay, so for Sag, collective spirit, please and thank you for the sign of Sagittarius, collective energy. Messages for the energy of love in the month of love. February, Valentine's Day coming up. I've chosen to look at Valentine's Day a little bit differently this year. It's always been a day that I dread for some reason, but that's my own issue about love and receiving love. But looking at it from the perspective of love being an energy that is absolutely everywhere and not necessarily in romantic relationship. It's your kids, it's your family, it's your pets. The energy of love can be received and given in almost every single situation. A stranger you meet, in the grocery store, in the parking lot. There's the potential for giving and receiving love in every moment. So in the energy of love and love being medicine, I really do feel that the energy of love is the ultimate medicine. It's, in my opinion, without love, there isn't anything really. Okay, Sag, Spirit, please and thank you. Messages of love and guidance for Sagittarius. Only messages of love and light. Negative energy must leave the space now. Inviting in the divine light of God, Spirit, guides, angels, ancestors. My field is sovereign. Any energies, entities, signals and frequencies that are not aligned with my source are not permitted to enter. All non-consensual access is now purged and sealed. Okay. Wow. And as I finish the prayer, that's your energy, Sag. So I'm going to take that as a sign. For Sag, Spirit, please and thank you for love. Moving away from something, Sag, you could be traveling as well. Traveling is your energy. But this is moving towards calmer waters. It's a progression from the Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords is about conflict, usually with words. Conflict, it can be self-sabotaging energy as well, wanting to win out at all costs, harsh words exchanged, just a difficult energy, a lot of opinions, a lot of comments and people around you. This could even be social media, information, because it's Gemini energy. It's information, knowledge coming into you, but that doesn't feel comfortable. And you're wanting to move away from that turbulent energy, that mental conflict, the overthinking, to a place of calm. There is a sadness here, though, I feel, Sag. It's like you feel like whatever situation this is, that you don't necessarily want to leave it behind, but it's something you need to do for your own sense of peace here. What else for Sag? Wow, healing. This is your card, Sagittarius, Temperance, Archangel Michael. There's balance happening here. There's healing. There is fairness. Spirit is working with this. You know, when I get the major arcana, and this is a major arcana, it's your major arcana. It's the angelic presence. It's the presence of spirit. It's source working with this energy, whatever it is, this difficult energy, bringing about balance, bringing about harmony, bringing about a sense of closure and peace. Temperance is also about patience. I can almost feel Spirit's hands working with the situation, you know, massaging it into an understanding or a fairness or a balance and harmony. There could be conflict that you are having with someone, Sag, that you haven't been able to resolve. You know, there was a walking away, or there was leaving the situation behind with words left unsaid, or a sense of irritation and frustration is what I'm feeling, and that is being balanced right now. And it doesn't have to be with the other person in physical reality, in 3D reality. It can happen at an energetic level, especially if you have a strong energetic bond with this individual. But even if you don't, you can, on an energetic level, forgive and release. You can release them to the Holy Spirit. You can release the energy of the connection, any difficult energy, to the Holy Spirit, to Source, and say, it's in your hands now. You know, whatever needs to come forward, whatever needs to happen, if there is meant to be resolution in the situation, trusting that that will come in naturally, not forcing it, but sitting in peace with the situation. Temperance, balance, Sag, like you would temper chocolate. You know, it's a very delicate process. It's an alchemy that is happening here. It's also a balancing of masculine and feminine within you. Now, how much do you act, which is the masculine energy? How much do you take action versus how much you trust and allow in the space? But this is happening on a 5D level because it is a major arcana. You could be getting downloads as well, Sag. If you look at the crown chakra here and the light coming in through his crown, you know, that's a sense of receiving insight or downloads about the situation so that you know the next step to take. It is also a 5 energy, which is, you know, change. Change is a coming here. There is something that is shifting. Major arcana, 5D energy. Capricorn. So this could be, you know, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, card of Capricorn, or an earth sign, Taurus or Virgo. It's someone, though, that feels very complacent or smug. I don't know, Capricorn. It's like someone said something to you. You see, I did that in your last reading as well. I called you Capricorn. What is this Capricorn energy? You could have strong Capricorn placements, Sag, some of you, because, you know, you are next to Capricorn in the zodiac wheel. So depending on your time of birth, you could have strong Capricorn placements. But it's an energy of smugness or pride, either on your person's side or on your side. That's what I'm getting. It's like a steadfastness. It's someone's holding their ground, very stubborn, not wanting to look at another perspective, has their eyes closed to another perspective. And again, whenever I get into your energy, my throat closes up. So you could also be dealing with a Taurus, because Taurus is the energy of throat, but it feels like there is a difficulty in communication here. There's a difficulty in communication with this person, and it feels like a brick wall. It feels like an energy of, not wanting to give in, wanting to be right in the situation, a defensiveness, or not wanting to see any other perspective. It's like talking to a wall, and this could be you as well, Sag. This could be your own sense of pride. But feeling it's like immovable, someone that is immovable right now. It's an annoying energy. Like, I almost feel like I want to slap them. And there is this sense of being frozen in the situation, overthinking the situation, in your headspace about it. This is someone who has emotion but is frozen and doesn't know how to move forward, doesn't know how to reach out, what the next step to do is. It's almost like a crossroads energy. And you've gotten to the point where you want to listen to your intuition about this, and that's why she is blindfolded. It's about blocking out the noise. It's about blocking out other opinions, blocking out what everyone else is saying, what the norm is, what is appropriate, what is not appropriate, because I do feel like there's a lot of noise around the situation. If you've been asking for advice about it, everybody has their own opinion, but you are the only one that knows the connection, Sag, and you are the only one that can find the answers or the way forward here, guided by source and guided by spirit, with the energy of love, kindness, and compassion, and not the energy of revenge, stubbornness, pride, ego. So she's blindfolding herself in order to go within, to block out the senses so that there are no distractions, there's no noise that can veer her off her intuition and her insight. And I feel like you are in this space right now, Sag, is like trying to block out the noise and listen to what is the next step in the situation. But it feels like you are a little bit frozen. Frozen in overwhelm, maybe. But this is a crossroads here. It's like you're not wanting to make a decision about something. That's what it feels like. Only jumpers, please. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, this flew out. It is a card of regret, of missing, card of Scorpio. Let's see if it comes out again, because it wasn't a jumper. Spirit, please and thank you for the sign of Sag. The Magician, Major Arcana, card of Gemini. I feel like on an energetic level you are working, and Spirit is also working to bring forth communication, because Gemini is about the mind, the intellect, communication, ruled by Mercury, which is the planet of technology, communication. It does feel like you are manifesting or wishing for, hoping for a reset in communication here, or for an understanding or softening, a cushioning of the energy, so that an open conversation can be had without draining your energy. It's happening on an intuitive level, though. I do feel like there is communication on an intuitive level. You could have proxies for communication, Sag. You could have, music as a proxy, or certain ways of reaching this person without words. I don't know why I just felt that right now. But it does feel like there is a need or a sense of communication or balance happening on an energetic level here. I feel like this frustration, Sag. I'm not sure why I'm getting this energy of frustration, maybe not knowing what to do about the situation, not wanting to be mentally trapped by it, but still finding yourself overthinking it or mentally trapped in some way. And it's blocking your intuition, I feel. Only jumpers, please, and thank you. Avoidance as well. There's times where you are trying to avoid and run away from your emotions, suppress emotion, but that avoidance is not working. Empress energy. So, card of Taurus. You could be dealing with a Taurus. It does feel like you want to birth something new with this person, if this is an existing relationship. If it's not an existing relationship, it feels like you want a rebirth of something, to bring in a sense of receiving love again, of creativity, of being open, of abundance in love that feels real, that feels genuine, that feels kind and compassionate and connected, where emotion flows, where there is emotional availability. Your person could be with child as well, pregnant. Doesn't have to be. The Empress is just always depicted as being pregnant because of her creativity and ability to birth into the world. It's like Mother Earth energy. It's the energy of creation. It's the source of creation. It's also, if you look at it, it's connected to the moon. The moon energy is the feminine energy. It's nurturing. It's about emotion. It's about acknowledging emotion. It's about allowing emotion to flow without distracting from it, Sag. And I feel like this is, in a way, advice for you, again, to allow the emotion to flow. Why do I feel like I've said this to you before in a previous reading? It does feel like you are getting there, like you are recognizing that, it's pointless fighting this. It's pointless fighting the feeling or fighting the emotion or fighting the thought when it does come up, because, you have no control over it. And this could have been a very intense, deep, deeply loving, connected situation that, there's no switch. There's no switch that you can, like, turn off or on to forget. Wow. I'm just looking at that light on my ring. So that was so intense. I don't know, Sag. It still feels like you're not yet... Yeah, I'm getting frustration. Like you want to move on or to get moving, or but there's this frozen energy, this, like, you're still in transition. You're still in transition, it feels like, or in limbo. Maybe also needing some grounding, Sag. If you feel like you are out of your body sometimes, lightheaded or just floaty, brain fog, forgetting things, some grounding energy, which is earth energy. Okay, what else for Sag? What's the outcome of the spirit and messages of guidance of potential for the future? What is the outcome of this? I don't think it's heartbreak coming towards you, Sag. I feel like it's heartbreak that you are needing to process. I feel, you see that rain cloud that's burst open here, and I've never noticed that before. Honestly, I've never noticed that before. It's because it's a swords card, so I've never seen it as an emotion card, because it is swords. 3 of Swords is the heartbreak, and in this card though is a cloud burst, and it feels like there needs to be an emotional release, whatever the situation is, to allow. It's like a build up of this cloud until it can no longer contain what you've been perhaps avoiding, what you've perhaps been blocking out or suppressing in any way. Just like cloud energy, our bodies can't hold that for too long without some form of release. And that release can come in the form of anything. It can come in the form of tears. It can come as a purge, stomach issues, gastric issues. But it's allowing the flow, Sag. Again, allowing the flow, allowing this flow and not suppressing it. I don't think this is new heartbreak. This doesn't feel like new heartbreak. And at the bottom, as I'm shuffling Scorpio, King of Cups, which is the most emotionally contained king. Like he knows, but you can only get to this energy, Sag, once you've released, because the King of Cups doesn't avoid emotion. In fact, he's highly, acutely aware of his emotions. He just doesn't allow them to overwhelm him. And maybe that's what you're afraid of, Sag, is the overwhelm of emotion that you can feel welling up inside of you. But it's only overwhelming because there's an excess of that energy because of the suppression, if that resonates. And that's what overwhelms. It's not actually the tears, it's the suppression of it, or the feelings. Yeah, oh, Sag, what is going on? There's a deep sadness here. Again, card of Scorpio. It's regret, of what has been lost here, what has been spilled, like emotions spilling over. Something has been spilled here. And your energy has been like, don't cry over spilled milk. But it's now at the point where, it's gotten to this point where it's like tipping over. And you can't avoid it. There's a sadness, and it's okay to grieve. This is a grieving energy. It's grieving something that has been lost. And it's a steady flow of emotion. Sometimes grief can come in trickles, and sometimes it comes in tsunami energy. And it's just going with the flow of that. Like a stick in the water, they just said to me. Like a stick in the water, without letting it control you, obviously, in a contained way, in a King of Cups way, but not suppressing. And also recognizing that there is hope. So this is a card of like low-key depression, but it is a minor arcana. It's grief, it's loss, it's sadness. It's minor arcana though, so there could be moments where this washes over you, but it's the energy that's needing to be released. And even if you are distracting yourself, Sag, this energy is going to come in anyway. There's some things we don't have control over. So you could be having the most amazing day, and you can have this wave of, this pang suddenly wash over you. It's weird how that happens. You could be out with your friends, enjoying the sunshine, having a drink or two, and then suddenly this wave like hits you. I feel like that's maybe what is happening for some of you. And it's like, what the actual? Like, I thought I was over this. I thought, like, why? Why is this coming up now, 6 months later, 7 months later, a year later? It's just an energy that's releasing. It doesn't define you. It's not that you can't control yourself. It's not that, it's important not to judge what's coming up as a failure on your part, as if, you didn't do the work to let it go, or that you're a victim, or that you're a weakling, or, all of those horrible words that we tell ourselves when we are experiencing certain emotions again. It's just not judging it. It's like, okay, well, it's here, let it flow through, move on. You can't predict when that's going to happen, Sag. It's not like you can, sorry, I don't know why this is so shaky. It's not like you can control it. You can't control it, Sag. Unless, yeah, I don't know, why did I want to say that? Unless you're taking something, but that's also only temporary. What else for Sag? Please and thank you. The Sun, there is hope here. I do feel like this is the happiest card in the tarot deck. It's like the energy of, when you were a child, like just playing outside and not having a care in the world, not realizing what the time is, enjoying the sun, barefoot, eating an ice cream, playing with your friends, using your imagination, and just feeling like the world is just the best place to be, feeling safe, feeling held, feeling confident in your body, like feeling able to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is only scary when we are afraid of the consequence, of the emotional consequence of vulnerability. But when we are in this childlike state and we are in trust and in faith, vulnerability comes so naturally, because we know that whatever the consequence is, it's going to be in alignment with our vulnerability. It's not exposure in any way. And I do sense that maybe the situation has affected your sense of self-worth in a way, or your sense of fun and exploration. It's like it's dragging the energy down, but this is a major arcana. So it trumps the minor arcana. This is the energy of the major arcana trump the minor arcana. So there is hope here. Again, this Two of Cups that's still standing. The potential for new, the potential for new love, the potential for a renewal in an existing relationship. It's being open to that. And when you do release, when you are able to purge, Sag, this is actually how it feels afterwards. Like when the sun comes out after a cloud burst, or a downpour of rain, and there's a rainbow in the sky because of that, the two meeting each other. You know, the tears saying goodbye and leaving, and the sun energy coming in, creating a spectrum of color to say there is hope again. And that's why rainbows are always symbols of hope. It comes immediately after a release, where you think that, you know, nothing can feel worse than this, or there is no way forward, but there is suddenly a ray of hope and sunshine and rainbow. And again, with that red ribbon, I feel like there's an energy of grounding that's needed in your space, Sag. So you could be needing to eat something wholesome, get some good sleep, spend time in nature, be barefoot on earth in nature. um, yeah, you will find a sense of freedom again, Sag, if you let go of the need to control the energies coming through you. Well, okay, this reading is breaking down the illusion here, Sag. So there's an illusion that's breaking down here. Taking out the trash, yeah. The garbage truck, the refuse truck just arrived. And it literally is, this purge is literally like taking out the trash. Not that your emotions are trash, but it is like ventilating your mind. It's a way of ventilating your soul, ventilating your body, ventilating your mind. If you hold it in, you keep it stuck and it starts stagnating. Like garbage in the sun on a hot day that's just standing out there and not being taken away. That's the energy in your body if you're not releasing. So you have to clear it out so that you can sanitize and feel clear again. Otherwise, you stay in this energy, which is very foggy. It creates emotional fog, it creates confusion, it creates a sense of just heaviness. So clearing out, Sag, and then your healing can occur. And there's the rainbow, emotional fulfillment. Okay, Sag, I'm sorry that I spoke so long. Thank you for watching, and if it did resonate, please, I'd love to hear your comments. If it did not resonate, I guess you probably still wouldn't be here, or wouldn't still be here. But I am doing personal readings, so if you'd like a deep dive into a situation, my details are in the description box below. And I'm wishing you a beautiful month of love, Sagittarius. Sending you so much love.